national championship on Monday, which it's stupid that the national championship is happening on a Monday night. I hate it. College football needs to change this. I get it. They don't want to clash with the NFL, but still, this is the national championship, and you're doing it on a Monday. It's stupid. Nonetheless, though, this should be Penn State against Ohio State. It should be an all Big Ten national championship. James Franklin. Ugh. As a Penn State fan, I'm sorry, but James Franklin, you have got to go. You cannot beat Ohio State. You cannot beat Michigan. You cannot win against top 10 teams. You cannot win the big games. You can't. You just can't. It is time for you to go. Sayonara, adios, arrivederci, shalom, bye-bye. That's my James Franklin rant. Goodbye.
There it is. There it is. I love that. I love that. Somebody who's an OSU fan through and through, which is me, right? Everybody knows this. Everybody knows when we beat Texas, I was flanting on the Snapchat story and dancing and doing all this, but in the back of my head, I knew we should be playing Penn State, and no offense, we'd probably whoop you guys because you guys are our little brothers.
Yeah, dude, I tried to. Here's the thing. As a Penn State fan, I tried for 2 or 3 years to validate it as a rivalry. And outside of 2016, Ohio State's won every year. So I'm like, nope, it can't be a rivalry. Sorry, it can't. Yeah. But I want to get to Ohio State because I feel like Ryan Day was in the same type of position as James Franklin following that Michigan game. Everybody I knew who was an Ohio State fan was saying, this guy has got to go. He needs to be fired. Because when you are hired as the head coach for the Ohio State, there are 2 primary objectives, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Objective number 1, win national championships. Objective number 2, beat Michigan. Guess what? Ryan Day, he has not done either one of those. He lost to Alabama in the 2020 national championship, and he's 1-4 against Michigan.
Josh, flip that. 1, beat the team up north. 2, win national championships.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All day, every day. Every day. You wake up as an Ohio State fan, Ohio State alumni, whatever. I wake up during the football season. It's Saturday. Bucks are playing some Notre Dame team, but in the back of my head, there's always an M with an X around it because that's who I want it to be. I don't care. Now, do I care about this national championship? Absolutely. Why? I will explain to you in a minute. But let me rant for a second.
Go ahead, because you let me rant about James Franklin, so I'll return the favor.
Thank you, sir. As an OSU fan from birth, I'm pretty sure at 1 year old, I was singing, hang on, Slimmy, hang on. Oh, H-I. Oh, that beautiful, beautiful song that serenades Cleveland to Cincy to Canton to everywhere around the state. How beautiful is it to be a Buckeye? Now, there's a nasty team up north. That's what you're told when you're a little kid, when you are born into this, when you're a little kid and you say, Daddy, Mommy, what's Michigan and why do they have M's everywhere? Don't say that. Jalen, you don't say that in this house. You will not say that. My kids won't say that. My grandkids won't say that. And so on and so forth. Okay? Listen. To me, beating Michigan is sweeter than winning an Natty. Now, call me crazy. Call me crazy. But stomping on Michigan, scoring 40, right? So from what, like 2014 on, we've crushed them until the last 5 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
To me, putting up 40 in the game being over by the third quarter, so I can close my eyes and take a little post-game nap, or because God knows on that day I ate way too many chicken wings because I'm nervous eating, because I always nervous eat during big games. So
Sure.
I'm taking a little nap up 50-0, 47-7, 47-14, whatever, is sweeter than winning a Natty. But this year it's different. Now here's where my second part comes in, and then I'll let you have the floor for however long you want it. To me, this national championship erases the loss. Why? One man, Jack Sawyer. Okay? This man didn't have to play senior college football, but he bled this team so much. He bled the Scarlet. He bled Buckeye that he wanted to come back to beat Michigan. Couldn't get it done. Stuffed the flag in their face, ripped the flag out of their hands, and now he's on the greatest redemption tour I've ever seen.
By the way, not to cut you off, I loved the flag. This just as a general rivalry fan of rivalries. I'm not a Michigan fan, as you know. I loved the flag planting. I thought it symbolized the rivalry. That's just my personal take on that.
It made me sick, Josh.
No, I understand that, but like I think it was NC State that planted their flag. At North Carolina, I loved that.
I know what you're saying. So to combat that, how do we feel about Jack Sawyer ripping the flag off of the plane?
It shows the rivalry and the bitterness of it. So I was all right with that too. Like, I wasn't all right with what it escalated to, and the fact that like police needed to get involved in pepper spray. I'm not advocating for that.
No, obviously.
Necessarily, but like, the flag planting, I'm personally cool with it. That's just my take. I understand as an Ohio State fan, though, you were not cool with it because it was Michigan planting their flag. I understand.
No, it's not that. It is because it's Michigan, but like, it just makes me sick that it is Michigan. Like when we lost to Baker and he planted the flag in the O, it upset my stomach, but it didn't boil my blood, Josh. It didn't make me already think about next year and the game just ended on a kneel down. It didn't make me think about Jack Sawyer and how much this man cares about the state of Ohio. Not just Cleveland, not just Columbus, the state. Now, will I say that maybe he shouldn't have started getting all physical altercation? No, but I understand you, Jack. I get it. But now that's in the past. Because you win this natty, and then because you ran through the playoffs. Let's get that straight. Ran through, except for Texas. But
yeah,
your first.
The only thing I'll say about that game, not to cut you off, sorry. That game between Ohio State and Texas, I thought it was going to be much higher scoring than that. Like, given the way these two offenses have been going late in the season, I thought it was going to be like a 32-28 type game. Like a 34-31 type of game. It was not that at all.
It was a defensive showdown. And I'll tell you this right now. If you think Jack Sawyer in that defense is brushing off Notre Dame, Because if you remember, last time Ohio State played Notre Dame, it was a 1-point game.
Yeah, and oh, I remember this. Notre Dame didn't even have enough defenders on the field.
Yeah, the game would have been over, and then they were like, not enough defenders on the field. They left the one side wide open, and you know anything about Ohio State, and I guarantee you, Urban Meyer is on that phone with those guys right now and firing them, telling them you only beat them by 1, go out there and beat them by 30.
Yeah.
Well, will that happen? I can't predict the future. Do I hope it happens? Absolutely. But the fire that is lit underneath this team, the Michigan loss is a blessing. Because you beat Michigan, you kick your feet up, and you go to the playoffs. You lose, now you're the most question is in the playoffs. The most big team with the biggest question in the playoffs. You go out there, you smack Tennessee. You go to Pasadena, you smack Oregon. Your only loss besides Michigan, you smack them around. Make them look silly. Make them look like R-Truth wrestling in NXT debut big man. That's the type it was. It was like Prime Rusev when he was just choking people out. That's what that was. And then you go into their own backyard, horns up, ready to go. Texas is back. And who else but the man who's sitting right in front of me on my PC screen right now, running the ball, Jack Sawyer, makes the game-winning play and sends you to the Natty. This team is fired up. This team is hot, and I'm ready for Monday.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it's stupid that this game is on a Monday. It's a national championship. It should be on the weekend. But
also, I think for those listening who have this power, please close down every single school next Tuesday. Just saying.
Yeah.
I won't be showing up to any events, any work they know, not happening. Anybody else in the state who is going to work, please call off. If you don't watch football, just watch this game. This is to me, it's not even about football at this point. For the seniors, this is their lives.
Yeah.
For us, for men, women, kids who love the sport, this is our lives. We live to see our team in championship games like this.
Even like I said, and you said it should be Penn State against Ohio State, but no.
It should be, and I'll talk about that in a second if you allow me.
Go ahead.
But please take your kids out of school. It's okay. It's okay. Take your kids out of school. Call them off. Take them to McDonald's the next day. Give them a little victory lunch. If we win, If not, if we take a loss, let them ease the heartbreak. Because, my goodness, if you're a young sports fan and your heart hurts, buddy, you got a lot more coming. I'm sorry to tell you, but you got a lot more coming. Okay, now I want to talk about Penn State for literally like 3 minutes. James, buddy, pal, look what you're doing to my pal Josh over there. He has been a dedicated fan. The last time they won a natty, it was 1986. Bill Belichick's girlfriend wasn't even born yet.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. You guys had 2016 Saquon Barkley and made nothing out of it.
We had 2016 Trace McSorley, who was a fantastic quarterback that season.
Oh, he was great. He was great. Great.
Couldn't do anything with it. 2017, I think it was at Ohio State. Saquon takes the opening kickoff to the house for a touchdown.
Didn't y'all still lose that game? Just saying.
Yes, Penn State still lost. That's
most iconic play. Yeah.
That's my point. But I'll let you continue.
I immediately texted Mr. Unger here in the group chat that we have with Brandon right after the field goal went through, and I said, Josh, I'm so sorry. To which I got no response. And I don't blame him, because if I was a Penn State fan shooting myself in the foot year after year after year after year, I would want James Franklin on. Drew Aller, we got a lot to talk about, pal. And I like you. You're an Ohio guy. You actually played my high school in football, and I got to watch you play. But Jesus, we got a lot to talk about.
There's people saying that if Drew Aller had decided to go to the NFL draft this year, he'd be the first quarterback taken.
Well, that's what we call in the sports world morons, folks. So let me just say that I'd much rather play Penn State than Notre Dame. Not because I think it's an easy win or none of that. No. I think they deserve it. I think they deserve to be there. And it was stupid coaching and stupid decisions that once again sent them to Cancun early.
Yep. I still think Ohio State would have beaten Penn State in the national championship, which it's funny. The first year we get the college football playoff, who wins the national championship? Ohio State. The first year we get the 12-team college football playoff, who's probably going to win the national championship? Ohio State. Like,
it's great to be a Buckeye guy. Josh, you can come over to our side anytime you want, buddy. It's a good time over here. You sure?
Thanks. I'm okay.
Are you sure you're okay? Because if James Franklin was my head coach, I would have taken my PC, threw it out the window, smashed my PS4, and probably ran.
Trust me, I want to do that multiple times. And yet somehow I decide, nah, I'm going to stick with this team. I don't know. I feel like Riley Leonard could possibly give you problems because of his legs and how much he can move and stuff. And Jeremiah Love, he's a nice running back, so Notre Dame could give you problems there. But overall, no, Ohio State's the better team. So they should win this game. I don't want to say comfortably, but without a lot of stress. I'll say it like that. Theoretically.
I will never say, oh, Ohio State's going to blow them out. Oh, this, that, the third. I'll never say that. Because you got a chance. Remember when Georgia, a few years ago when we missed the field goal? But everyone's saying, oh, you're running into Georgia. This is going to be 45-0. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was a very winnable game. So I will never say. So Notre Dame fans, if you're listening, let's go to war. Let's go to war, and let's see who the better team is. If you guys think you guys deserve to be here, let's go to war. But I can guarantee you, I'm going to be eating Lucky Charms all week.